listen, ladies and gentlemen, and all of the people that are on with us right now, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is David T. Rosen, founder of Co-op Everything, which is the head of the giant of the co-op ecosystem. We are having a blast. Thanks for all the hearts and the thumbs up. Listen, this has been the absolute craziest week I have ever had in all of my businesses. And as many of you already know, we have launched some incredible businesses that are still the best businesses to join right now. And this last, I guess 5 days, I think it's 5 days. I don't know. It seems like one big day. So it might be 5 days, but it seems like one big day to me because I'm not getting any sleep. Yesterday, I got about 650 messages. I did get a chance to respond to most of them. Today, the messages have been going crazy. People are loving it, and they're not even 100% sure why they're loving it yet, but they are seeing something. They are smelling something. And the new presentations that I sent out that had some different, that had a different way of showing the numbers and the Mobius Loop and stuff like that, it's got people freaked out. I don't know any other way to put it, right? It's got people completely freaked out. Now, I got to do my daily dose of good. So let me do my daily dose of good before I forget, because I love doing the daily dose of good. And today is this one that we got here today. Listen, guys, you know, about and this was before I ended up getting sick in 2012. So I guess this is going back to about 2012. I got in my car and I drove around to neighborhoods where I grew up. And the car that I was driving around in with my film crew was a Rolls-Royce Phantom. And one of the first places that we drove to was basically a 2-room apartment that was above a restaurant on a street called Danforth here in Toronto. It's not wasn't a great place, let me tell you. But that's what my mom could afford at the time. And you know, it showed me standing outside of my Rolls Royce and pointing to the restaurant. And from there, then we went to another place, which is called Vendome. And it's a rough place. It's a rough territory to grow up in. And, you know, it was public housing. You know, the governments around the world, it's helped to support families that are, you know, struggling. And at that particular time, my mom was a single mom, and, you know, she felt that it was more important to stay home and take care of me than to work, because I was a handful. So she stayed home and took care of me. And then ultimately, my mom got married, and my dad, who is awesome, my mom and dad are awesome. They are my mentors. They got married, they bought a house, and that house that they bought cost $27,400, I believe it was. And my dad had a $200 salary, but back in those days, my dad could actually pay for the mortgage. They had a nice car. They went out with their friends. They actually lived a real life, and they were homeowners on $200 a week. That same house just recently sold for just over $2 million. And folks, we're not talking about going way back. I was in my teens when that happened. So this is what the crazy thing about inflation that's going on right now. And I tell you that because it fits in with this daily dose of good. It says you didn't choose to be born into poverty, but you do get to choose whether or not you stay there, right? Listen, I just mentioned to you guys that my my mom and dad were my mentors. They taught me everything that I know, right? They taught me how to believe in myself. They taught me how to never give up. They taught me how to be committed, and they taught me to be my word. On top of that, they showed me that quote. Because when I became 16, my mom actually decided to start her own career. She went from being a housewife, which is a way bigger job than being a real estate agent, let me tell you. She went from being a housewife and taking care of me to getting her real estate license and becoming a realtor. She did that when she was 35 years old. And I don't know about the rest of you, but when you're just a young little thing and you know, your mom is in her 30s, you're looking at them like they need a rocking chair and maybe it's time to retire, right? Come on, like I know you guys were thinking that exact same thing, right? Because I'm telling you, my mom, not 35, she was 36. My mom, who was 36 at the time, she said she's going to become a real estate agent. And I'm thinking, you know, dude, there's a rocking chair right next door for you, right? Anyways, my mom became one of the most successful real estate agents in the entire country. Went from taking care of me to becoming $1 million a year earner in real estate, like in her pocket, right? That showed me something, right? It showed me that it doesn't matter where you begin, it's where you end. Then, if that wasn't enough, my dad, who had a job where he was one of the better printers, you know, in the city at the time, you know, people came to him to get him to do their work because he was that good. He decided to start his own business. There's two stories in this one. So he decided to start his own business. So the guy he was working for, he said, listen, why don't we become partners? So the guy he was working for said, I'll put up all the money. You run the shop and we'll be 50-50. It wasn't a great decision for my dad because he did all the work, and he was doing all the work, and the other guy was getting 50%. But remember what I said, be your word, right? My dad was his word as well. So he kept asking to buy this guy out. The guy kept saying no. And then finally, the guy said yes. So my dad honored that agreement, even though it was a bad agreement for him, until he was able to buy the person out. And then he had the printing shop all to himself. So there's a whole bunch of lessons there, guys. Listen, you're never too young and you're never too old to start dreaming. So no matter where you are at this very moment, I can tell you with absolute certainty, with 100% certainty, because I am a product of being destitute and in poverty and homeless, and look at me now, right? I'm no different than you. You just have to have the right mindset, be committed, and don't take no for an answer. So no matter where you guys are right now, guys, girls, no matter where you are right now, tomorrow, actually, forget about tomorrow, today, 1 second after right now is waiting for you to make that decision to become something more than you are right now. You have it within your power. And it all begins right here in your mind. You see, if you want to change your mind. Now, with that being said, it's bringing me to something else. It's bringing me to perspective. Boy, and it's bringing me to perspective in a very profound way, because you've all heard me talk about perspective on a number of occasions. And I say that, you know, if you change your perspective, you're going to change the way you look at something. And it's 100% true. So when I would say that, and I would show you, everybody, CoopB and now CoopC, and I would show you these magnificent, incredible numbers, And when I talk to people, they get excited, but people were not taking action. I'm thinking to myself, dude, you've created the greatest business that you've ever created. And not only have you created the greatest business that you've ever created, you've created the greatest business that has ever been created in the history, in known history, to help a person to go from where they are right now to having a life of luxury. So I'm trying to figure out why are not thousands of people registering every single minute? And then it hit me. And it's all about perception. And you see, everything is about perception, and perception is based on how you see something or how you don't see something. Right? So I was able to help you to understand that we've got a great business. But the numbers that I was showing you, although they were 100% accurate to a mathematical certainty, just in case I'm missing something here. Okay, just in case, so yeah, just in case you were wondering, the numbers are accurate to a mathematical certainty, but a confused mind does not take action. And I was confusing everybody. I was confusing everybody because we weren't showing everything that we needed to show. I'm going to show you in a few moments what I mean. And I can tell you that it's going to change your perception. And it's going to help you to understand why this is the greatest business ever created. And just before I get to that, I have to address a couple of other things. Number one, listen, guys, we are on a CoopC webinar at this moment. CoopB is not going anywhere. It is a great business. Nothing's happening with CoopB. It is the only thing that's going to happen with CoopB is that this Co-op 12 is going to enhance, should you decide to use it, to help people to understand how CoopB is. CoopB is the absolute perfect and only cooperative business model system. It's the only one, and it is great, and you will continue using it. Many of you heard me say over the years that I have, over the course of the last 3 years, that I have a 5-year plan. That 5-year plan includes a number of different business ventures. They are all going to bring you more benefit. And the co-op ecosystem, you have a registration key. That registration key is good and valid across the entire co-op ecosystem. So when I release new systems, you don't have to go and rebuild your team because your team will follow you should you decide to go into that new system. CoopC is the re-release, as I said, re-release of Co-op Crowd. I made a mistake. I had to put it on the shelf for a minute. Now we've re-released it. Now you have cooperative crowdfunding, the world's greatest crowdfunding system. It is crowdfunding 2.0. It is the only crowdfunding system on the planet that turns your giving into your receiving, and it enhances your ability to make more money because now you have CoopB, which is the world's first cooperative business model, and should you choose, you have CoopC, which is the world's greatest cooperative crowdfunding system. You can go back and you can register in both. You can register in one, you can register in the other. It is completely up to you. All we've done is enhance your ability to make more money. Now, some of you also ask, well, why didn't you put Co-op 12 into Co-op business? because co-op business is a business model. And because it is a business model, there are a lot of things that have to go into place when you add an additional cooperative to the business model. I'm not going to get into what all those things are, but there are a lot of things that have to go into place. Co-op 12, it was always supposed to be. I made the mistake that I made when I launched co-op the crowdfunding model the last time. I don't know what get into me. I launched a $20, the co-op 12, I launched it at $20 instead of $12. I don't know what the heck got into me. But anyways, we now have co-op 12. Co-op 12 is the cooperative crowdfunding system. It's a 3x6. You're going to see it in a minute because I'm going to do a demonstration. That from there, you can, once you're in co-op 12C or C12, once you're in that, you can go to co-op B if you want. You can automatically progress to the co-op C28. And let me tell you, the co-op C28 is a cooperative for cooperative crowdfunding. Co-op B28 is a cooperative for the cooperative business model. They are two separate cooperatives earning you two separate incomes. You can be in one or the other, or you can be in both. And I can tell you something, that your team follows you from all throughout the entire ecosystem. So every time we release something new, your team can follow you. Now, some of you might be saying, well, why are you having this lock-in period? Why are you confusing people? Well, folks, we're not confusing people. We are giving you the opportunity to get locked in before your teammates. I can already tell you that thousands and thousands and thousands of people have already locked into co-op C. Now, ask yourself this question. Let's say that you have 300 people that are below you in co-op B because you've been building your team. And I just turned on co-op C and allowed people to just go and register and do whatever they wanted. How would you feel if 50 of those people registered in co-op C before you? You wouldn't feel very good. You would feel cheated. That is why we have a lock-in period. It is not to confuse people. It is to give you the opportunity to assess whether or not you want to be in co-op C. It is giving you the opportunity to speak with your teammates that are in co-op B and ask, should we also do co-op C? So it's giving you an opportunity. If you've got 300 people in your downline in co-op B, it's giving you an opportunity to talk to them, figure out what you want to do, and lock in your position during this lock-in phase. That means that if you have 300 people in and 200 of those people locked into co-op C before you, but you locked in before the deadline, it means that those 200 people will remain under you. But if it was a free-for-all, then they'd go in. It would be first come, first serve. That would be bad for you. So hopefully you guys are now understanding why we do it the way we do it. And by the way, it's not the first time that we've had a release, right? So it's not the first time, but it works well. And you know, people thank me for it. People are already thanking me for it. My phone's going nuts. Thank you, David, for giving us the opportunity to lock in. Thank you, David, for setting up a $12 cooperative. The $28 cooperative, well, you know, most people could afford the $28 cooperative, but this $12 cooperative, well, it's giving people a whole new opportunity. And David, here's something else I like. You know, even though the 3x10, you know, you invite three, it's the same thing as the 3x6. You know, some people looked at that 3x10 and they said 88,572 people, they didn't believe it, right? So it's, again, it's going back to that perception thing, right? So listen, why try and swim upstream when you can get yourself in a canoe, put your arms back and just float down the river, right? So that's why we got a co-op C. That's why we got a co-op C12, and that's why we now have a 3x6, because the mind plays tricks on us. And the mind, when it looks at a 3x6, which only has 1,092 positions, people look at that and they say, oh, I'll have that finished in a day. Oh, I'll have that finished in a week. I'll have that finished in a month, right? What most people don't seem to understand, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is that in this 3x6, you're going to have a 7th generation, an 8th generation, a 9th generation, a 10th generation, right? So listen, you're going to see something. Oh my gosh, you are going to see something that is going to freak you right out. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Now, there's a couple other things that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to lock into Tron. And by the way, you know, when the last Q&A that I did, I went to do the Tron. It didn't work, right? And you heard me say on that webinar that most interactions that don't work the way you want them to in co-op is between the brain and the keyboard. It was. My brain, my keyboard, they were not connecting. So the transaction actually did happen. But the wallet, the third-party wallet that I was using, it saved the previous Tron address and sent it to the previous Tron address, right? And as everybody knows, you can't send money to a same address because every time you create an invoice, we create a new address for you. My fault, duh. Anyways, it's working now, and I'm going to show you how fast it is. It is instantaneous. Well, not instantaneous, but it's fast, right? Something else I want to talk to you, because I said I actually wrote things down this time. Going to show you how to lock in. So I'm going to show you how to use Tron and pay and get locked in. I am going to show you a pay it forward thing, the freaky thing that I was talking about, this freakish thing that I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to show you when you see it. Your mouth is going to drop to the floor, and you will not, if you're paying attention, and I highly recommend that you pay attention, especially when I start doing this pay it forward. If you're paying attention and you want that income that we've been promising, you want that income of your desire so that you can wake up all your dreams, you are going to see it. I am going to answer your questions, and drum roll, please. I was told you can't hear that, so let me see if you can hear this. Anyways, drum roll, please. And you didn't see the website up yet because of those 650 odd messages that I got yesterday. At least 120 of them were people saying, just one more day, just one more day, just one more day. I got a whole bunch of people I want to get locked in. I didn't understand what you were talking about. I understand now. Please, one more day. So you got it. All right. So we're the lock-in period, it is continuing. And trust me, folks, I want to turn it off because I want you guys to see what's happening as you are locking your teammates in and as you're registering your teammates in that 3x6. I want to see how, I want you guys to see how your matrix is filling. And hopefully, even though we've had thousands and thousands of people registering, you know, it's all based on your teams, right? But hopefully we'll see a couple of the 3x6s fill up and cycle. So that we can display and show how that Mobius Loop works, because that's another freakish thing. It's crazy, 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 crazy. So listen, guys, with a show of thumbs up, with a show of hearts, please tell me if you are happy that you got another day to lock in. That is a definite yes. All right, I am glad, you know, we're here for you guys, right? You already know that. We are here for you. You know that, and I couldn't be happier that we're able to deliver. So now let me share my screen once again. Listen, this is going to freak you out, right? So don't need to see that again. Pay it forward to quickly live debt-free, stress-free, and financially free. Here's how it works. It's going to cost you $37.54. With that $37.54, you're going to get 3 CoopC12 tokens. You are then going to identify 3 or more people that are also willing to pay it forward to 3 friends, right? You're not just going to look and say, oh, there's Mary's name, and not even talk to her and send her a pay it forward token, hoping she's going to understand. No, you want to make sure that you talk to your friends, and you want to make sure that they are going to do the exact same thing, right? Because why would you want to pay it forward to somebody who you haven't talked to and doesn't understand what we're doing, right? So everyone spends $37.54. It's $36 for your tokens, $12 times 336, $1 for your Tron, 54 cents for the wallet. Then you're going to pay it forward from your CoopC dashboard. Now, it is a 3x6, right? So when you pay it forward to 3 people, that completes your first income stage. That puts you in profit, all right? Because you receive $15. When your 3 pay it forward, eventually you're going to have your entire cooperative filled. Now, as I was saying previously, I wasn't showing you guys any of the numbers. The only numbers you could see were these numbers, right? But they aren't telling the story. They were not telling the story. Because they weren't telling the story, you didn't know what really was going on. So now we are telling the story. So there are 3 ways to, there's a slide that I didn't put in here that I need to put in there. There's 3 ways for you to receive your co-op royalties. Number 1, when you invite somebody, you receive 25%. And you receive that 25% every single time somebody renews. Number 2 is that 50% of the royalty is in the cooperative. When you register somebody, you get a royalty depending on what level they fall in. That represents 50%. And as you can see over here, this gives 100% absolute clarity as to what's happening, right? So on your level 1, you get 15% or $1.50 times 3 is $4.50. So now when you complete level 1, you got $4.50, right? When you complete level 2, because you get $1 and there's 9 people, now you got a total of $13.50. When you complete your 3x6 cooperative, you get $918. All right. Now let me ask you something. Joining a business for $12 and getting a return of $918 over and over again, is that good? Show me some hearts, show me some thumbs up. You put $12, in this particular case, you're going to put $37 in because you're going to pay it forward, right? So you put $37 in, love it, put $37 in, you get $918. No matter how you slice and dice it, that's better than anything else you've ever heard. Like, there are programs out there where they say put in $1,000 so you can get 1% back a day, or $5,000 so you can put 1%, so you can get 1% back a day. Now let's think about that for a minute, all right? And let's even break it down to $100, right? You put in $100 to one of these programs that say they're going to give you 1% a day. So tomorrow they give you $1. What are you going to do with that $1? If it's $1,000, you get $10. What are you going to do with that? So it's 100 days before you break even. 100 days before you break even. I got to say it again. 100 days before you break even. So on day 101, you've made $10, but your $1,000 was at risk for those entire 100 days. And do those programs even last 100 days? Right? Now, you're in this particular case, you're putting in $37, you're helping 3 friends, and you're going to get $918. Folks, is that better than 1%? Hello, of course it is. But my goodness, you guys have known me for a long time. Do you really think I went to all this effort so you can make $918? No. Of course not. So not only are you going to make that $918, but just on what you're seeing right there, you're going to get thousands more in bonuses. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But we're not done. We're not done. Watch this. You see, CoopB works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time who complete the 3 simple doable steps. Register, help 3 or more, teach duplication. Now watch this, right? Now we're going to start talking about the math. I enjoy talking about the math. So when you invite your 3 friends, and what I'm showing you here is just cooperative royalties. We're not talking about the 25% that you get for inviting 3 friends. We're not talking about that enrollment bonus that you get. And we are not talking about the bonuses. It is just the 50% of the cooperative royalties. So when you invite 3 friends, you got $4.50 in cooperative royalties. Now you already know that with 3 yours is free. So you're actually getting $15. Does that cover your next subscription? Yeah, because you pay 12, you get 15. You pay 12, you get 15. I guess yours is free and you're in profit. Yes, it is, right? And now what I'm going to show you here for the rest of this very short presentation is that the amounts that you're going to see here are with each of us only getting 3. Some of you are going to get 30 people. It's going to help you. It's going to help your team more. Some of you will get 3,000 people. It's going to help you. It's going to help your team more. But in this particular case, we each help 3 people get registered in CoopC in the 12. All right, now watch this. So now, when your 3 invite 3 friends and get them to register and become co-op affiliates in CoopC, they each got $450. You got $13.50. And then 27. Yeah, and you see, there's a pattern happening here, right? You see, each step of the way, your teammates are only 1 step behind you, right? So is it just you that's winning, or is everybody winning? The answer is clear, and it's right before your eyes. Everybody is winning. Now you see here, now you're at $67.50. Now, the magic starts to happen. Now, the magic starts to happen. You see, you started off with $37 because you paid it forward for 3 friends. Now, you can also start off with just $12. And you're going to get the same results, just not as quick, right? So you start off $37. So now you've taken 37. If you take 37 off of that, that leaves you with $37. It leaves you with $30.50, right? But guess what? Without taking any more money out of your pocket, you're not taking any more money out of your pocket. You're not loading any more money into your dashboard. You are now automatically placed in the C28. So you see that cooperative that you were looking at in CoopB, where you can receive $972,762 every 28 days. Well, now you are effortlessly put into it in C28. People are not thinking about that. They're thinking, well, I'm going to get my $918, but all of a sudden they start making more money. Not more work, more money, right? So now watch this. My bad. Look at that other line there. Look at the last 2 lines on this slide. Now remember, you started out by helping 3 people join a $12 business. The last line right here, it says you can receive $141,755 every 28 days. When you lock into CoopC, you're going to see why I'm not showing $972,762 anymore. You are going to understand why this makes way more sense. Can you still receive $972,000? Yes, but perception is everything. And if you look at that bottom line, it says qualified members can receive a multi-million-dollar pop income. I don't know about you guys, but I want a multi-million-dollar income. Now, the next day, you're at $189, right? Now it's level 5, you're at $189, and you got money. You can take that money and, go get some lunch, take your wife out, get her something new. Your friends are at 67. Now you see, your friends are at $67. They automatically, let me say it again. Your friends are at $67. They automatically follow you into C28. Did they do any more work? Did they take any more money out of their pocket? No, they didn't. Are they now about ready to make more money? Yes, they are. Did you make more money? Yes, you did. Now, let's go to the next slide. Now, when you complete your cooperative, you just received in total $918, right? You've received $918. You are now in the co-op C28. Without taking more money out of your pocket, you are automatically put into the C280, which is 10 times the amount of money. You haven't taken any more money out of your pocket, but now you are set to receive $1,417,550 every 28 days without additional work, without additional teammates, without additional effort, without additional anything. You don't even have to touch your computer. It happens automatically. It happens automatically. Let me go back over here for a moment. You see that $918, right? So when you have 3 who have 3, you get bonuses. So here's the question that I want to ask each of you so that you can really understand how these numbers make so much more sense, and how from this point forward, every single person that you talk to is going to have a complete understanding of how they make money in co-op, right? So let's say that your 5th level is completely full. You now invite somebody and they land on your 6th level, right? And you can see it, right? So they land on your 6th level. Now, you look at the chart, it says you're going to get $1. So you're excited because you're going to get another $1 and you're getting closer to having your cooperative filled. But how would you feel if you actually got $3? When you looked at the chart and it says, I'm going to get $1, but you actually get $3, how do you think you will feel? You're going to feel elated, right? You're not going to say, I don't understand this. I don't know why it's not working. You're going to say, oh, I got a bonus because I have 3 who have 3. So you're going to be happy because you got more money than what was advertised. You see, we're not going to tell people how much they can get in their bonuses because it was confusing people. But when they see this, anybody is going to be happy if they join a $12 a month cooperative and they can receive $918 over and over again. Everybody's going to be happy with that. Everybody. But now, when you get extra, it's bonus money. So now you say, oh my goodness, I got what they promised and I'm getting my bonuses. See what I'm saying, folks? Now, instead of people feeling that they can't reach those goals, they can see it in black and white. They can tell everything that's happening when they reach their goals. And they know that if they have 3 who have 3 or more than 3 who have 3, they qualify for bonuses. Crystal clear. Even my 8-year-old granddaughter got it. Crystal clear. So she calls me Popeye because there's no way I'm letting my granddaughter call me granddad. No way. So when she first started to learn how to say goo goo gaga, I was already putting Popeye in her brain, right? So she still calls me Popeye. Now let me show you because we aren't done yet. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys have heard me talk about the Mobius Loop, right? Anybody who has joined my 2x2s, they know what that Mobius Loop is. And they have seen it in action. And let me tell you something, folks, it literally blows their mind. Because this Mobius Loop, this follow me system that no one else has been able to duplicate, your teammates follow you. And as you know, some of your teammates are working faster than others. So the first person you invited, they might not be the fastest worker. It might be the ninth person that you invited. So now all of a sudden you see that ninth person coming in back under you, right? Because he was someone that you invited, and they bring their whole team back in under you. Additional money, no additional work. Additional money, no additional work. Now imagine that happening here, because watch what happens. You see, when that 3x6 fills, it closes. It's finished. You got no more room. But should that stunt your income? You say, but I know another 1,000 people. Good. Because another one opens up. Another one opens up for you to receive thousands of more dollars, right? For you to receive thousands of more dollars. And unlike in my other businesses, where the closed matrix closed and you got nothing from it, this one is going to keep paying you every 28 days. You're going to get thousands of dollars every 28 days from that completed matrix. And when this one fills up, you're going to get thousands more from this. So you're going to get thousands from this one, thousands from this one. And when another one opens up, you're going to get thousands from that, and thousands from that, and thousands from that. So if your cooperative fills up once a month, that means that at the end of the year, you've got 12 cooperatives. Each one of these cooperatives paying you thousands of dollars every 28 days. Thousands of dollars every 28 days. So let's say it's $5,000. That would be $12,000 that you would be receiving because every 28 days, because you paid it forward to 3 friends. And you see, if we use that scenario that I talked about up here, right? We each just invite 3 friends. We each just invite 3 friends, right? And everybody's doing it. It means that your 3 friends that made you money the first time, well, it's the same 3 friends that are making you money this time. Did you do more work? No. Are you getting more money? Yes. And then their 3 friends, right? Well, their matrix is going to fill up. So do we leave them over there? No, they follow you too. So now you're getting more money. Did you do more work? No, but you're getting more money. Did you do more work? No, but you're getting more money, right? You see what I'm talking about here? You're not doing more work. You're just getting more money. You're not doing more work. You're just getting more money. Remember when I said when you got the $67 that you were automatically put into the co-op C28? Yeah, you were. And you remember what I said when you get to $918, you're automatically put into the co-op C280? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now watch this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Think about this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations, right? So now over here, when you're making money in the co-op 228 and when you're making money in the co-op 280, you see these 3 people, they may in fact be the exact same 3 people that are making you money over here. And you see their 3 people, well, they may be the exact same people that are making you money over here. So it's the exact same people, no additional work, no additional out-of-pocket money. You just make more money. You just make more money. This is a freakish system. Think about it. You invite 3 friends over here. It fills up. You make more money. And you're automatically placed in another cooperative. So even if you haven't gone back to your cooperative for a month and you hope that it filled up and you hope that you received $918, you might have 9,000 in there. This is a crazy system. It is the same people. And because We've got this thing in overdrive. When this fills up, it starts another. Let me ask you something, folks. Let me ask you something. You see, you can now clearly see how you can receive $141,755. You can now clearly see how you can receive $141,755. So if you take out of pocket 28 and you get into the co-op B 28, or you get into the co-op C 28, and you get a return of $141,755, are you going to say, that's not enough money? No, you're going to be doing the happy dance all the way to your favorite bank, right? So now, when you want to talk to somebody and they want to understand how they make money, you can show them. And then you can tell them, hey, listen, in the co-op C12, you want to get qualified as quickly as possible, because when you have three, that $918, well, you're going to get bonuses and you're going to get thousands more on every cooperative. And then you're going to show them over here, hey, listen, you join co-op C28, you know, you have the potential with just three who have three to receive $141,755. And by the way, you want to get qualified with three who have three as quickly as possible, because you can receive hundreds of thousands of dollars more in bonuses. So when somebody lands on your fourth level and you're supposed to get $1.25 and you end up getting $4.18, are you going to be happy? Yeah, because you're getting more, not less, you're getting more, right? And when you're talking to somebody and they're trying to figure out, well, how does this work? How do I see the money? Well, you can show them. You can clearly show them how 75% of the money is paid out just like that. There isn't even another company on the planet that pays out 75%, except my companies. We pay out 100%, but there's not another company out there where you can look at it and you can clearly see how 75% is paid out, except here. So when you tell somebody, hey, listen, get three, you have three, and you can receive $141,755, they're going to be happy. And when they get more, they're going to be elated, over delivering, under promising, over delivering. That's what we do. And that's what I've been doing with every business that I've ever created. You see, all these other businesses, as soon as I launched them, we're talking about tens of thousands of people registered. The last one that I launched in 2018, 85,000 people in under 4 months. This system is 1,000 times better. And I'm scratching my head. I'm banging my head up against the wall. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It's because I wasn't being clear. Folks, now we are being clear. People can see it. And there's not a person on the planet that will not be excited if they take $28 out of their pocket to join co-op B or co-op C, and they clearly see that they have a potential return of $141,755, that they won't be happy. They will be so happy, they will be doing the happy dance. Has anybody ever seen that commercial? But wait, there's more. Oh my goodness, check this out. You see, $1 a day, $10 a day. You see the C28, it's $1 a day. The C280 is $10 a day. So if it's 10 times more, you should receive 10 times more, right? Right. And you do. So in this co-op C280, you can clearly see how you can receive $1,417,555. And by the way, did I forget to mention that that's every 28 days with just three who have three? And by the way, did I forget to mention that in the co-op C280, That when you have three who have three and you are qualified for co-op bonuses, that it can amount to millions more every 28 days? Woo! I don't know if you've been able to follow everything along. So I decided to write a little recap. This is freakish. I can't even think of another word. Ginormous isn't big enough, right? Gigantic isn't big enough. Huge isn't big enough. Massive isn't big enough. This is freakish. You're registered in the CoopC $12 cooperative. You invited 3 friends. They duplicated. You received $918. Plus you receive thousands more in bonuses. And another cooperative automatically opened up for you to make more money. And your teammates, well, they automatically followed you. You didn't have to push a button. Everything is automated. You see, as I've mentioned before, we have been using AI in our systems for 23 years. You don't have to push buttons. Just let us do the work for you. And you see, your team follows you. And now you're automatically in the C28 to receive hundreds of thousands more. And then you're automatically into the C280 to receive millions more. And you're on your way to a multi-million-dollar monthly income. Folks, I should have added to this recap. Here's how I want you to think of this. You see, when you're paying it forward to 3 friends, right? It's $12 and we're turning givers into receivers in the cooperative crowdfunding, right? So you're going to pay it forward to 3 friends. So I pay it forward for Mary because I've talked to Mary. Mary says, yeah, I'm going to get my 3 friends, right? And then I pay it forward to Doug and Doug says, yeah, I'm going to get my 3 friends, right? And then I pay it forward to Georgie and Georgie says, yeah, I'm going to get my 3 friends, right? How long is that going to take you? 15 minutes? Right? 15 minutes? And by the way, you can register in 2, right? And get your 3 tokens in 2 minutes. But let's say, you know what? I'm not even going to say, because this is your business. You go at your own pace because it's not a race. But here's what I can tell you is that if your team duplicates and you each get 3 people in 1 day, it means that in less than a week, you've already received $918. You're already in the C28 and you're already in the C280 and you're doing nothing else except collecting money. Unless you want to make more money and you invite more friends. If it takes you 3 days, it means in 18 days, you got $918. Thousands more in bonuses. You're in the C28, you're in the C280, and you're on your way to a multi-million-dollar income, and you're not working anymore. If you do it in a week, so it takes 6 weeks. If you do it in a month, so it takes 6 months. You see, it's up to you. But let me recap once again. You started with $12 in a 3x6 cooperative. You received $918 in cooperative royalties, plus thousands more in bonuses. You were automatically re-entered. Your team automatically followed you. You're now in the C28. You're now in the C280. And you're on your way to a multi-million-dollar income. Then what? Well, then I tell you why we do what we do. You see, our mission is to financially empower you. Hopefully you can now clearly see how that's going to happen. Our vision, our overall vision is to end global poverty by the end of this decade. Get started for 43 cents a day and help us end global poverty. Why? Because we are going to help make the world a better place. You, ladies and gentlemen, are part of a global movement. You, ladies and gentlemen, are part of a global juggernaut. A juggernaut is an unstoppable force. And you are going to participate in cooperative crowdfunding, where we turn givers into receivers. And let me just unpack that for a second, because I love this, right? Imagine if you gave to the Red Cross, which many people do, or you gave to the Cancer Society, which many people do. And let's say Mary gave $28 to the Red Cross, and the Red Cross turned around to Mary and said, Mary, that's very nice of you. Let us give you something back. That's what we do. Co-op gets you money. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Listen, I don't even just want questions in that chat right there. I'd like to hear some feedback about what you guys think about what I just showed you, because this is freakish. This is freakish. Hopefully everybody can see right now exactly why you have the opportunity to become a multimillionaire before the end of this year. This is crazy. Let me see what we got as far as questions go and comments, because I really want to hear what people have to say. Oh my God, where are they? Where are they? Where did you go? Oh, where can my baby be? Anyways, that's another time. Okay, so yep, we got a lot more questions in there. Gonna have to put my glasses on. Yes, answered that one. Why is CoopB lapsed? Why is my co-op B lapsed? I bought 3 tokens. Okay, great question. I love this question. So here's what some people were told to do for some reason. If you have money and or tokens, but you're lapsed, it's because you turned off the auto renew. So Kay, log into your dashboard, go to your profile, and turn your auto renew back on, and it should automatically reactivate you within 1/10 of a second. All right, so give that a moment, please, Kay. And this brings me to a story. And you guys know I have a lot of stories, right? So this brings me to a story. And it's a story about the golden goose that lays golden eggs, right? My story is a little bit different than the actual fairy tale, but I like my story better. So man wakes up, goes out to his barn, goes to get an egg from the goose that's always laid eggs so he can have breakfast with his wife. He shoos the goose away. The goose runs away. Man looks down, sees an egg, but it's a different color. Picks it up. It's solid. He looks at it, says it looks like gold. It's heavy. So he goes to the place where they buy and sell gold. He says, look, I got this golden egg. Gives it to the guy. Guy says, yeah, that's a golden egg. Guys, then the farmer says, you want to buy it? The guy says, yes. Now the farmer's got a whole bunch of money. Goes back and tells his wife. Wakes up the next day. Goose lays another golden egg, right? So now this is going on and on and on. And every day the farmer goes out there and it's another golden egg. So now he's got lots of money. He's feeling pretty good. Now, for some strange reason, he's looking at that goose. And he's saying, that goose would look good on the dinner table. Off with the head. Cuts off the goose's head. Cooks it up. The wife sit there. They have a nice goose dinner. Wakes up the next morning, goes out to get another golden egg. Well, there's no more golden eggs because he cut off the head of the goose and ate it. That is what happens when you turn off your auto renew. You can't get more money and you can't renew. So there are times where you're going to want to turn off the auto renew, maybe because you want to pay it forward for somebody. Maybe you need the money, right? So you can turn off the auto renew and use that money for whatever you want because it is your money. But just a word of caution, if you do turn it off and you only need to turn it off, and if you want to end your subscription with co-op, just turn off your auto renew when the 28 days is over, so too is your business, right? So you can turn it off if you want. But remember, if you if you're only doing it for a temporary reason, remember after you do whatever you need to do to turn it back on so that when it's time to renew, you can get renewed. Hopefully that answered your question, Miss K, or Mr. K. I'm going to assume it's Miss K. What happened? The person that was acting. Okay, so Carlos is asking about co-op. As I said, this is a new co-op, right? So when we had co-op 22 and co-op Inc., people joined. It is co-op C now. All of the people that joined at that time, they got paid whatever they were supposed to get paid. And there was no one else that was renewed when we switched it over. But if you did have money in your wallet, it's still there. So whatever was there is still there. All you have to do is log into co-op B and you will see everything in co-op B now by logging into co-op B with your login for co-op 22 co-op Inc. And that will also be carried over to co-op C. Where can I find the recording of today's webinar? From Carla. Carla is on fire right now, and her whole team, they are all on fire. I'm not getting into my account. As you know, I have made multiple attempts. How do I know? I'm not getting into my account. As you know, I've made multiple attempts. How would I know that? Want to get locked into both co-op B and co-op C today. I love that. I borrowed. Okay, so let me save this. I'm gonna save this, Dorothy, and see if I can get back to it. By the way, I got to apologize because a couple of webinars ago, I told some people that I was going to save their information and get back to them. Unfortunately, I couldn't remember where I saved the information. I didn't get back to you, so my apologies. Dorothy, I will get back to you today. When I assign a person on CoopC, they do not get a... That is correct. They won't get a registration key yet. Oh, no, it's the same. No, you can't sign up somebody in co-op C without having a registration key. So when you register, if somebody is brand new and they haven't registered yet, when you put them into co-op B, so you can lock them into co-op C, they get a registration key. As a matter of fact, now is a perfect time. So let me show you how remarkably easy it is to get yourself going in co-op. So I'm going to log into my co-op B account because we don't have the co-op C yet. We can't make the co-op C go live until we get everybody locked in. Right. And by the way, folks, you know, you see a lot of companies out there and they don't lock people in. You know, they say pay and we'll send you your commissions, you know, at a later time and stuff like that. Everybody knows that's not us. We don't do that. The only reason we can't pay your commissions or lock you in yet because we don't know exactly where you're going to land, because when we compress the co-op build matrix, it's not going to be the same as it is. The co-op C matrix is not going to be the same as it is in co-op B, or sorry, in your co-op build, right? You might have thousands of people in your co-op build matrix, but only 200 or 300 registered in co-op C. So we can't pay the commissions to the people that aren't in there. So that's why we can't lock it in. But I'm looking forward to locking it in so that you guys can make some cash and see how much you're making. So I'm logging into a demo account. So bear with me for a second here. And I need to do something else. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Where are you? There you are. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so that is ready. Where did it go? Where did it go? Back over here. Nope. Let me go back over here. Yes. Right. Here we go. So now I'm going to log into my account. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm logging into this demo account right now. Right. So, oops, I just made that way too big. I gotta make it smaller. Come now. Minimize. No. Let me do this. I've made it so big now I can't make it smaller. All right, let me stop sharing my screen for a second and see if I can. Where did it go? Where did it go? All right, here we go. That didn't work. So that's that. All right, now how do I make this smaller? See, the actual process is very, very fast. It's me. I keep doing things that make a mess. All right, so now I got it back to the proper size again. All right, so I'm gonna come back. All right, so now we're over here. So now I'm going to invite somebody who has never been a part of CoopC or any of our co-op businesses. So I'm going to go to my co-op build dashboard. And you're going to love this, folks, because this is your demo dashboard. So whatever happens in your CoopB dashboard, you can make real if everything happens, right? So if people are trying to understand, well, how does this work? Well, you can use this demo here. And as you see, it's at $186,887, right? And this one's at 6113. So I'm going to invite somebody here. And I tell people, if you're going to do a demo, use a CoopC email address, because we know not to send emails out to that one. And the other day, so I was talking to one of our new members, and I originally signed her up using the CoopC email. So she went to CoopC and she couldn't get in. So 76311. I told my, anyways, that's another story. So as you see, it's at 6113. I'm now going to invite this single person here, right? This Mike Johnson person. I'm going to invite them. And as you see, it takes, a tenth of a second. And look, now I'm at 71, right? So it shows you how much money you can make when you invite somebody. And if you did it for real, you're going to get the exact same amount of money. So now some of you might be one, and now let me go to my co-op cooperative. You see, here's the co-op cooperative. This person's got 2,637 people in their cooperative. Their first level is filled 3, 9, 27, 81, 243. So they're filled up all the way down to level 6. So when Mike came in, he landed on this person's level 6, and all these people got money, and the people above, because in co-op 28, every time something happens, 10 people are being rewarded. So this is giving you a clear picture of your cooperative. Now I'm going to go back over to this co-op build dashboard, right? And as you see, this is at $72. So now I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to open up another link. And if you guys, I'm going to log out of here. If you guys can see that I've logged out, can you give me a thumbs up? Perfect. Thank you. All right. So now you just saw that I invited that new person. Thank you, guys. So I'm going to log into that new person's account, because every time we set a person up, it sets them up with their own account, which is the email address and a default password of 123456. So now I'm logging into this person's account. They got an account. They're brand new, but they got an account. Right? So they don't want to do anything in co-op B yet, but they want to get locked into co-op C. So that is exactly what we're going to do right now. So watch this. And you can do this from any dashboard. It doesn't have to be the person's dashboard. You can do it from any dashboard. So as you see, this person's in co-op C. They can't get to co-op, or they're in co-op build. They can't get to co-op 28 because they're not a co-op 28 member. So now I'm going to try and lock in, confirm, and nothing happens because there's no money. That should have closed, but it didn't. but nothing happens because there's no money. So now I'm actually going to fund my account. All right, I'm going to fund my account. I'm going to go to Co-op Wallet, and there's two ways you can fund it. You can add money by putting an amount here, or you can go over here and buy tokens, right? You can buy 1 token, 3 tokens. So if you want to buy 3 tokens, buy 3 tokens. You want to buy 10 tokens, buy 10 tokens, right? So you can buy tokens or add funds. I highly recommend that you add funds. So we go back over to here to Co-op Wallet. We already know, that it's going to cost $12 plus $1 in Tron. So it's going to cost, and if you're going to buy, in this particular case, I'm only going to buy 1 token. So you're going to buy 1 token for $12, right? So as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to put in $15, right? Because I always like, you always want to put in a little bit more just in case third-party fees. And then you're going to choose whether you want to use Ethereum, and you got 4 choices if you want to use Ethereum. You can pay with Bitcoin if you want, but Ethereum is more expensive than Tron. Bitcoin is more expensive than everything. So you want to use, and then from Tron, you have TRX, which is your most economical way because it's only $1. And you have USDT TRX, which is going to cost $5. So I'm going to use Tron TRX. I'm going to go to submit. Now from here, there's only 2 things that you need to remember. Number 1, you need to remember how many Tron you need. So this says I need 141 Tron. And if you look over here, $15.23 is your processing fee, the 1.1%, and only $1 for your gas fees. So you got $16.23. Don't worry about the $16.23. Remember this number over here, 141 Tron. You have to copy this address. And you can't reuse addresses. So you have to copy that address. Now, this is going to take me a second because I now have to go over here and I'm going to add this address to my third-party account. Which I am doing right now. It's done. Stop the share. It takes me a few minutes because I actually have to, I'm using a different computer. So I actually have to go to a different computer and log in and approve that transaction. So I'll be right back. So now I'm going to log into my third-party crypto account on this computer. Where are you? Here we go. Well, excuse me. Where? Okay, so got to get the email address, confirm. All right, so now I've confirmed that new email address. So now I can close this computer. And now I can go back over here. All right, so I'm going to share my screen once again, I think. All right, where'd you go? Where did you go? What's going on here? Where are you? There we go. All right, so I'm going back over here. So I still haven't done anything yet, but let me share my screen. So now I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Share. All right, so as you guys can see now, so now I'm sharing my screen. So now I'm going to start this transaction. I need to copy this. And I need to get 141 Tron. So now I'm going to the other wallet. The address is in there. I'm going to put in, I'm going to put in 145 Tron instead of 141 Tron. All right. Am I doing it with? Yes. So I put in 145 Tron. I click withdraw. Withdraw. So I got to put this in here. So I got to do my two-step. Do that. All right. So now I have just this very second, I have now approved that transaction. So I'm going to go back over here. So you guys can see my mouse moving around on my screen now. Cool. So now in the next few moments, this is going to complete. And while that's doing that, I see that I got like 1,000 messages here, but I'm not going to check those right now. But I'm going to so now you want to be checking around. So why don't I invite somebody, right? So while this is being done, let me do a demo. So I'm going to go over here, right? I'm going to invite a few friends. Let's invite Sam. And nope, not that. Because everybody knows that if you invite 3 friends, you're going to receive $35.25. So let's invite 3 friends and see what happens. Now, obviously, when you're talking with real friends, it's going to take a little bit longer than this to invite your 3 friends. But you're going to get the understanding. And 60611. Now, as you see, this is all zeros. Now, when I invite 3 friends, this is going to say 35.25. Now, if it doesn't say 35.25, it might be because you've invited somebody who's already been invited by somebody else. It doesn't mean that you can't register them, but you're not going to see the amount change. Like if I invited Mary right now, it would say I can't invite her. But if I tried to re-invite someone who was free, I would be able to re-invite them. Their name would show up in my GBOs, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But they're not going to count in this $35. But watch this. I'm pretty certain that these ones haven't been used. So I'm going to invite them. As you see, it's going to take just like 1/10 of a second here. And look, now I got 35.25. So if you want to know if the system works, the answer is yes, right? And when you pay, you're going to get the exact same results. Let me go to the wallet and see what's going on with my invoice. So I got an invoice here. It's still going, so it hasn't quite completed yet. So now I'm going to go over to my cooperative. You see, there's my 3 friends that I just invited, right? They now have free sites. So if I want to go and see what their 3 sites look like, here they are. Here's my 3 friends. So I can log in with their email address and 1, 2, 3. So this is a completely transparent system, folks. So if you're trying to figure out, well, how does this work? Where did my teammates fall? You know where they're going to fall. And I'm going to log back into that other dashboard in a few moments. But first, I want to get this transaction completed. Co-op wallet. And look, let me see. Look, it's done. See, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. It's done. The money's in my account. And as you can see, I had $15. But I added a couple extra Tron. So now if I go to my co-op wallet, and by the way, you can't see your transactions until you're into your CoopC. But if you go to your balance, you see I got 15.25, right? How much does it cost to lock in? So now I'm going to go in. I'm going to go to my co-op dashboard. I'm going to go lock myself in. I'm going to pay for my co-op 12. I'm going to go confirm. And now I'm in, folks, just like that. I set up a brand new account. I funded my brand new account, and now I'm locked in. How do I know I'm locked in? Watch this. If I go and try and lock in, it says I'm already locked in. So I know I'm locked in, right? Now, let's say you're the person that invited this person. Now, you remember I said I'm going to go back to this dashboard over here, right? So number one, see, you're going to love this as well, right? So number one, the person you just invited 3 more friends. So that $72 should go up. So watch this. I'm going to log out of this dashboard, log out, going to log back in, going to go over here, got to do this, done, log back in, go to my co-op build dashboard. Look, while I was doing nothing, my friends were working. So I went from $72 on this dashboard and I made an additional $3.56 because of what my teammates did. Now imagine when you have 1,000 teammates that are doing that, or tens of thousands of teammates all over the world that are doing that. How much is your income going to go up, right? And now, I can't even remember the name. That person said that they locked in. So I want to make sure that they locked in. So I go over here and I see who's locked in. And look, there's Mike Jones. Mike Jones is already locked in. So I know that Mike Jones is locked in. Complete transparency, folks. So if you're wondering if this is the real system or not, it is the real deal. If you're wondering if this system works or not, it works. I've just shown you everything that you need to know in this system in the last 10 minutes. And prior to that, I showed you how much income you can make. So folks, no more guesswork anymore. No more trying to figure out, well, should I or shouldn't I? This system flat out works. If you are in need of an income, let me stop sharing my screen here. There we go. If you are in need of an income, if you want to improve your life financially, if you want the financial cure, if you want to participate in the 21st century MLM, which is your cooperative, universal income replacement system, and if you want a predictable, ongoing passive income that we call a pop income that will last you for the rest of your life, you are at the right place. You're at the right time. And now, right now, you have 2 beautiful systems to create that pop income. You got co-op B, you got co-op C. Whatever amount of money you want to make, you can make it because we have our stuff going on. You see, you don't get to do that because you started building a system last month. This is the culmination of 23 years. So the people that you invited that didn't quite understand what was going on, get back to them right now. Don't wait. Get back to them right now. Lock them in. Tell them you now understand because you do understand and you can see it. So now, when it's about perception, there's no more guess work. It's there. It happens. It works. So let me see what other questions we've got here. So yeah, this is the mouse for my other computer. Let me see what questions we got here. Man, oh man, I am excited. I am jacked. I think you guys can completely understand why I have been so excited all this time, right? Like you guys see me, I get all excited. I get wound up because I know the system. Now, because things have become clearer for you, you can understand why I've been so excited all these times. And hopefully now you can see the picture. And that 100 million members that we're going to have in the next 12 to 18 months, you can clearly see how that's going to happen. And you can also understand that right now is day 1. It's not one day, it is day 1. And you got a complete understanding. You can go to your friends, you can go to your mom, you can go to your brother, you can go to your dad, you can go to everybody that you know because you know we have a system that works. So let me get back to these questions here. Whoo. Listen, Miriam's telling me that planet Mercury is said to be in retrograde right now until August 28th. I believe you. My daughter even told me the same thing. And maybe I was just waiting for planet Mercury to get into retrograde so I could explain this thing to you properly. And Miriam just asked, can we get an extension? I already mentioned you got another day. So thank you for that. Finn Wealth, love it. Yep, you got it. Asking for another day. See, that's what I'm talking about. My phone was going nuts. Everybody's saying one more day, one more day, one more day, one more day, one more day. Yeah. Another Spanish, some more Spanish. Boy, you're pretty busy over there, Mary. Look at all these Spanish messages. Is there a flip chart? Yes, there will be. Yes, we'll get that off to you. Another Spanish. Yes, it will be. Will this? Am I going to make this presentation live? Yes. It'll be on YouTube. Miriam put in here that it's also refundable. It is not refundable because it's a donation. Yes, it's being recorded. That's powerful and practical. Thank you. You're welcome. It's a game changer. Yeah, right. Low hanging fruit or what? You know, I got my marketing team, right? And this is funny, right? So my marketing team, they're putting together this big plan for us to start marketing, right? And I'm saying, listen, guys, I don't think we're going to need that, but we'll do it. But I'm saying, listen, I don't think we're going to need this. You know, over the course of the years, 1.3 million people have done business with me in the past, and almost the vast majority of them made money, so they're happy. Yeah, but let's put together a marketing plan. And I said, by the way, we got almost 300,000 people that are in CoopB as free members right now. So, you know, we got a little bit of people to go to. And if we're going to be looking for new people, our primary target market should be disgruntled MLM people who have tried MLM in the past and didn't quite work. We got the cure. We got the financial cure for them. So that's going to be low-hanging fruit. Speaking about low-hanging fruit, right? The people that were already in but didn't get it, that's more low-hanging fruit, right? Retirees, we got a lot of retirees here, right? And the thing I love about the retirees is that, you know, you heard me say earlier, it doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are to start dreaming. Man, our retirees, they love this business because it's clear for them. And now it's even clearer. Boy, we got a lot of low-hanging fruit. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the most exciting way to bypass. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is bypassing all the red tape. And yeah, Stephen, we've already been talking. You said that you got a bunch of people. Do you want me to hold a meeting? The answer is yes, in case I didn't respond. Another Spanish. This is life-changing for everyday people. Oh my gosh. Yes, it is. Spanish. I've outdone myself. Yes. Freakish indeed, says Simon. Low-hanging fruit. Thank you very much, Kay. Puts the power back in the people's hands. Absolutely. Greetings from Belize, Central America. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for that. Changed many lives, many lives. Another Spanish. You've outdone yourself once again. This person's saying that they only received 2 tokens instead of 4. Check out to see what check your used tokens, because remember, you're saying that you're in one of the other businesses, so it probably got used in the other business. Okay, so it's a common question, and it's not a question that I really like. It's how big is the chance of spillover? I mean, from signups that you haven't referred, right? So the chance of it happening is big, right? But you should never register because you think you're going to get spillover. And here's something else that I can tell you, that if you register because you just want to sit back and do nothing, well, you're not going to get wealthy, because you have to have 3 who have 3 to get your bonuses and to receive all your co-op royalties. So listen, guys, does spillover happen? It is a regular occurrence in co-op. Let me tell you a story. And I proved this. I showed some people, right? And co-op is even way better than the last business. So in co-op 50/50, we got 128, almost 129,000 people in co-op 50/50. paid people. Of those 129,000 people, 72,000 people have made more money than they put out. 72,000 people made more money than they put out. That's about 60 some odd percent have made money. When everybody knows that, the industry average is like 2 or 3%. And we're over 60%. But that's not the telling tale. That's not what I'm excited about. 71,000 people have received money out of the 29,000, but only 41,000 invited anybody. So that means 30,000 people received money for doing nothing. That is how I build my systems. They are built to work. And you see, here's the thing, is that the co-op 50/50, it's a little more challenging to understand. Co-op-B, it's residual, it's a subscription, it's easy to understand. When people fall in under you, it's not just a one-time payment, it's going to be a subscription payment. So it is going to excite people. So when you see spillover happening, that's going to inspire. Not just, we're not going to have to sell you to turn up to turn your subscription on. It's going to inspire you. You see, we're all about inspiration, not motivation. Inspiration. We want you to do it on your own. We don't want to have to motivate you to do it. We want to show you that the system works and inspire you to do it yourself. Fin Wealth, it seems so CoopC is slightly higher to start, but is similar to CoopB, where you still no longer have to pay the 28 out of pocket for 3. No, it's not. You can start at CoopC with $12, and without going into pocket, if you invite 3 or more, it's automatically going to push you through. So it's actually less money to get started than Co-op-B. Is Tron the only crypto? No, I showed you 3 different ones. And they're the most used. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tron. What does it mean if the enroller name is team position? I don't know. Maybe that's the name they gave themselves. Maybe they're happy being called a team. I'm not sure. But not sure. Yes, great question. Carolyn's asking, I think I know the answer, and she is correct. Please confirm that unlike Co-op-B, Co-op-B has some great products and services. You got the Co-op NFT, you got the Co-op Bits, you got the Co-op Academy. It's got some great products and services back there. That's a business, has products. Co-op-C is crowdfunding. Crowdfunding has no products. So this is cooperative crowdfunding. So it does not have the NFT or the Co-op Bits or the Co-op Academy. You are correct. Kay seems to be having all kinds of trouble. We'll see what we can do about helping to get her straightened away. Okay, yeah, we're gonna help you here. Dorothy's stressing right now because she can't get in. We're gonna help you, don't worry. Oh, this is a great question. I never even thought about this one before. So Fakria is saying, what happens if I qualify with my 3 and they get their 3, which means that you're qualified and your friends are qualified, but your upline doesn't. Here's the thing. This is your business. It's your business. You are the king or queen. Nobody can affect your business except you. If your upline hasn't done it, well, your upline's not going to qualify, but you're still going to get your full amount. So no one can affect your business except you. And this is what I say to people. Let's say you invite 3 people and one of your friends says, I don't want to do it anymore. We'll get one more friend, right? So what? If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. Listen, this is a free world. You see, when you were born, you were given something that no other creature in the known universe, and I say known universe, right, was given free will. We get to decide what we want to do. You got free will, so you do what you want. So don't ever, ever, ever let somebody spoil your opportunity because they don't want to do it. Don't ever let somebody say, well, this is a Ponzi. It's not. Don't ever let somebody say this is a pyramid. It is not. Do not ever let somebody say this doesn't work. It does, right? So you make your own decision. Don't make the mistake that so many people have made and said, well, my friend said it doesn't work. Well, my friend said that they heard something from somebody who 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 said it doesn't work. Do and dudettes, you have complete transparency with these systems. You have the ability to see for yourself within minutes of whether or not it works. Register somebody. Do you see your royalties? Yep, there they are, right? And then every day we load your wallet. So let's say you registered somebody, they registered, and you made $100, right? The next day you see that $100 in your wallet. So that's, signal number 2. If you want to make a withdraw, right? So don't let anybody tell you this system doesn't work, because you have every opportunity to prove to yourself that we mean what we say, we do what we say. We mean what we say, we do what we say. Don't let anybody spoil your dreams. And by the way, if somebody tries to spoil your dreams and you look back at that particular friendship and it's not the first time that they've done that, it might be time to find new friends, right? So listen, guys, you are who you hang with. Your body is what you eat. Your mind is what you think, right? So whatever you're putting into your being, whatever you're putting into your soul, that's who you are. So if you need a makeover, get busy with it. Carolyn's asking about, do I recommend one third party over another? There are so many. There are literally thousands of third parties out there. Like every country has their own. So it's kind of difficult to recommend third party wallets because there's so many out there and some of them work better than others. I understand Tron now. Great. When will CoopC lock now? Yeah, you can lock in right now. Someone did purchase the $12 and did not show locked yet. If they purchased and they did it right, it does say locked. We understand you. Thank you. Beautiful presentation. Thank you. Let me get this, save this. All right. By the way, listen, I very rarely tell people to put their personal information like email and stuff like that into these chats, but sometimes you have to. So, you might all of a sudden get spam from people trying to get you into their lesser business. Gotta love this. So this person is 1 hour and 42 minutes late. So they're asking, it will get recorded. You're welcome, Kay. Proper link. No, you're not going to get your proper link because we extended the deadline. Can't send a message to chat. Don't understand why. Lots of people, I'm getting lots of them. You can send a message from the chat. Hello there, sir. Nice to see you here from the Philippines. Can see how this program will put an end to poverty. Yes, it will. And by the way, a program, GoFundMe is a program. It's basically a parallel program. It works the exact same way for everybody. All it is an accounting feature, right? We're a system. Someone put in horses here. Not sure what that means, but giddy up. Yes, they will. Will co-op bits be on exchange? The answer is yes. We'll talk about the crypto a little bit later. Never received any emails. Check your email. I see we got some more Spanish there. How would you oh boy, listen, Carla's talking about how do you approach a church or a school. We got some presentations coming up. We also have many funnels that we're getting ready to put for you people, for everybody that's out there. Listen, man, I am so excited about what's coming up because we've already been building landing pages for you and funnels and stuff like that. Man, oh man. And listen, your church needs what we have. Your charity needs what we have. Man, oh man, this is beautiful. I'm signing up for CoopB. Do I have to sign up for CoopC? No, if you're signing up for CoopB and you don't want to sign up for CoopC, you don't have to. Just go to CoopB, register, you're good to go. And then you can choose whether you want to be in B or C or both. I appreciate you acknowledging my questions. You're welcome. Charlene. Oh, okay. Sherilyn. I was saying, so I told you I was really bad with names. My apologies. I'm excited. All right, folks. So that is all of our questions. I'm going to close it out now. I'm not going to take any more questions right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to touch on, you know, how excited I am. And I truly hope that everybody is seeing the power of these systems now. You know, sometimes when you're doing things, you know, there's that old saying that says, you know, you can't see the trees because of the forest. You know, your eyes are clouded, so you can't see the individual trees. And it's true. And in this particular case, you know, all this time I thought I was showing you guys what you needed to see and getting you excited with the numbers, but they were the wrong numbers. They were the absolute correct numbers and they were accurate to a mathematical certainty, but they didn't help you understand the dynamics of our programs, our systems. So hopefully you got that now. You got another 24 hours to get locked in. Take advantage of it. Get yourselves locked in. You saw how easy it is to fund your account, to how easy it is to get started, how easy it is to get locked in. We still have hundreds of people on here. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you for all your questions. My name is David T. Rosen, Co-op Everything. And on behalf of Mary, thank you very much, Mary, for once again doing a great job with the translations and laughing at me when you needed to laugh at me. So anyways, guys, thank you. Good day. Let's get busy with it. Day one, not one day. Day one, not one day. Bye-bye. Let's get busy with it.